pretty much you can do whatever you want curriculum wise. It like the door's wide open. It's like, oh, well, all right, then there's
Yeah,
room for this. There's room
right.
for this. So my question to you was, will you be getting a list of all attendees?
I think I might be able to download that. Let me take a look.
Because that would be really helpful, because then we could follow up, sending everyone our own little brochure or whatever, little ad
Yeah.
or whatever it is to all those people, and solidify the message a little bit more. You were there, saw you were there, we were there, and and this is what our program is, etc. But
Let's see, here we are. Oh, I lost it on that. Let me see on the phone a little more. I think I can download all. There's something like 934 now.
right.
People. Okay, from the Hoover team. Good. Oh, and did you respond to my meetup
Oh
for
yeah, I was trying to
tomorrow?
figure, is it tomorrow, right?
Tomorrow morning at 8:30. And
Okay, so it's 11:30 my time.
yeah,
Sunday,
Saturday,
tomorrow
tomorrow.
Saturday.
Yeah,
Okay.
tomorrow Saturday.
Okay.
Yeah, I
Yes.
know.
Yes, I will.
I had to say that to myself this morning. Today is Friday. I look at the date and
Exactly.
right.
Exactly. Okay. Yes.
Let's see. Okay, let's see if I can download, save and post icebreaker. No, okay. Um, okay, I'll look into that because I believe we might be able to. Attendees, all attendees, recommend to see more browse attendees. Not anything on the phone device, but okay, so see about. I know that we can download, I have a feeling we won't be able to do actually. We can download those who come over and say specifically that that they are leads. So we can download the leads.
So we
But
don't have email addresses to all these people. We
no,
don't have email addresses. Okay.
no,
Okay.
but I do have that list, so that would be great if you populate that too. The list of let's see, that's our timeline. It's the marketing list. Let's just call it the marketing list. We have the milestones list. So we have the films list, and we have the homeschool, ed market, and individual list.
Oh.
So let me share that with you.
Because the individual one might be what we're looking for, maybe.
Well, this is one that we're building. You see that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But I'm talking about, yeah.
But
I'm talking about the conference, right?
Yeah, I get that. And we can put the conference list here, but I have some of those here on the homeschool list, some of the influencers, I guess, and they're not all California. This is national, so you are right. Getting that. I'm gonna keep looking into that, and I'll ask Sasha about attendees. But I would bet that it's those who find us, and it's up to us to finding people to get us to us. And I may have forwarded you that email from Sasha about how to get more foot traffic. I guess foot traffic.
Okay.
To us. So
check it out. Okay, because this morning I thought, well, that would be great just to kind of contact them all, that we were there and something along the lines.
Well, the live streaming is supposed to happen, so we need to figure that one out better. And I proposed to Russell that the four of us do a live stream together and talk about what's valuable and why we think the homeschool community would benefit from it. So I'm thinking that could be, since you and Russell are on the same time, tomorrow at yeah, sometime midday, maybe. And we
Who watches that? How do people access that live stream?
yeah, they come to us. Let's see. Let me look at it on the okay, showcase and stream video. See who RSVP'd. No, just me so far. August 6th at 10:30 a.m. I put that up there. And then we have to, stream is ended. We have to put another one up there. It should be, okay, I'll make sure to change that to be open.
Mm-hmm.
But it also, I think if we also schedule it and promote it a little bit within the conference, then more people will come because there's so many
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
happening at the same
Well,
time.
yeah.
Might
And
not
you
be.
hear how people kind of like sneak theirs in, right? I mean, all of a sudden you'll hear someone say, oh, by the way, the crafting thing is happening right now. It's like, okay.
Oh,
And,
well, right. Rather than having a loudspeaker or something that it's happening right now, they
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
do that in. I haven't heard that yet. But,
Oh yeah. Yesterday when they're having all that difficulty,
uh,
one lady all of a sudden, oh, I just want to say something. And then she went off on her thing. And I go like, oh my God,
mm,
that's not right.
mm,
That's
mm,
wrong.
mm.
That's wrong. But yeah, we'll have to figure that one out. But well, this morning what she said where there were 3 HSCs in California, I thought that was interesting.
Oh, I didn't hear that. Okay.
Yeah, right
So
at
this
the
one is
beginnings.
Northern California?
I think it is. Well, I don't know if it's Northern California, but she was saying there were 3 of them. And I think this was the largest one. Maybe I'm not sure,
Uh-huh.
but so
Well,
there's a
that's
lot, obviously, and they anticipate more. It sounds like, but that woman was really good with explaining how it all works. I had no
both.
idea how it all.
Yeah, they both were. Let's see. And I also took notes and took some screenshots. Linda is the one that we're going to meet on the 11th, and
Hmm. Well, she could help us, I'm sure, right? I mean,
she might be able to. She's the inventor who also has a chronic illness, which I've
yeah.
and
Hmm.
so she's doing the bed schooling.
Right, right, right.
Fascinating
Exactly.
that there's an actual terminology for it, but what yeah, right.
Right.
What I found really interesting was that the way they made it so accessible and sort of
Oh yeah. Oh,
deconstructed the
oh
school
yeah.
system to say
Mhm.
to, to make it allowable for people to define their own school and create
Right.
their own
Hmm.
school. And
Yeah.
that's I really wondered how that rang with you, someone who
Hmm.
worked within the school
Right.
system. And
Hmm.
what
Hmm.
do you think about that?
Well, well, a couple of things came to mind when she said that was like, we have, where I worked with a really good, solid school system, right? Was really top notch, everything about it. And yet it was, there was it was the demographics of the school was that you had, really rich kids, really affluent families because of Silicon Valley, right?
Uh-huh.
And then you had all the immigrant children and the few African American children who literally lived on the other side of the track, right?
Right.
But what was interesting was that even though we had this incredible education and offerings and all this other stuff, you still had parents very much like the ones we've heard from, in the last couple of days, whose kid had anxiety disorders or didn't like the teacher or whatever, and could afford to put them in one of those independent schools, right? That they were saying they were really backlogged right now. So they would rather pay a lot. I mean, they were paying a lot of taxes, for the school district, but they were okay with paying a lot more money to go have their kid take algebra one-on-one, or whatever it was. And
Mm,
so I said, oh my goodness, that's exactly what was happening with those independent schools. It was like having private tutors, right?
right.
Even though you were in a really good school system. But yeah, so I mean, I recognized that piece of it and who those people were. They were leaving. I mean, they were in both systems. they
Hmm.
would just go there to take that one class, they come back into the main system, so they were doing both, so depending on what they wanted, it was tailored, for them.
It really
But
takes a lot of juggling for the administration. I mean, and IEPs also
oh yeah,
create
oh
a
yeah,
lot of
yeah, oh yeah. I
personal
mean, we had
attention.
yes, we had 504 meetings, okay, and 504s are like, they're kind of like, sketchy sometimes, right? 504s.
What are they?
And
What are
meaning that you can
504s?
ask, 504 means you need accommodations to take more time on the SAT test, or more time in your classroom test, or your teacher needs to give you notes for you specifically, just so, in case you didn't hear it in the class, whatever. But I would sit on 504s, with the student, we would staff them, all the kids' teachers, etc. The parents would walk in, and the parents would walk in with their attorney, with their psychologist, with, their own staff, as they were demanding this 504
Yes, and
accommodation.
I have heard about that from the child psychiatry side. When
Mhm,
I
mhm,
when I did some work with the Children's Center at UCSF, I made I
uh-huh,
made a video for them, and I learned about IEPs there. And there was a family from Hawaii, and there weren't a lot of services there, so the school district ended up paying for the kid to go
mhm,
someplace
mhm,
mainland. And yeah,
mhm,
I mean,
mhm.
some parents can
Yeah,
be
so yeah.
really demanding.
Mhm. Well, you can see, and what's interesting today, though, was how strong of a presence they are. I mean, they've got legislation. They've got, they sounds like they've been to Washington and, to the, Board of Education everywhere else. These people to this morning, they knew their rights. They knew what
Right.
they could have, period. And that one woman at the end said, I'll take it on, it's like, okay. So they definitely are a very strong group, very,
Mm,
very strong
mm.
group, and it
Yeah.
sounds like it's really very flexible too.
I
But
also want to
yeah.
listen more to Akila Richards, Raising Free Children.
Oh, see, that one really bothered me.
She,
It was like,
it's just such a very special. But I also understand it completely for African American, you know?
yes, I do too. Oh, I do too. I absolutely do. But I think I didn't hear it from. I think when she said that, I didn't hear it specifically for African Americans, because I think there are a lot of people within that whole big group that feel that way. Even today, we heard it. Like, why should that teacher tell me, tell my kid what he needs to know, and I can, we can learn what we need to learn, or whatever.
Yeah.
So there's that whole independence piece, and that's what I heard was like, it's like, okay, I hear you, and African American would be different. I certainly support that, and I understand that one totally, totally understand that one. For the African American community, but otherwise, it's kind of like, I don't know. At the end of the day, you kind of have to fit, and you're going to have to like make it, and you're going to have to adapt, and you're going to have to sometimes do things you don't really want to do, but you need to do them. There's a lot of other like social and life skills that are like, I hear, the structure of public school system and et cetera, how it can be confining and all these negative things, right?
Hmm.
But at the end of the day, you're going to go to work, and you're going to work for somebody who's going to expect certain things, that you're going to have to do as an employee. You're not going to be self-employed more than likely, be your own boss, so where do
Not to
you,
start, right?
right?
And I mean, a lot of these parents seem to be going back to sort of,
Hmm.
the feudal
Hmm.
system where landowners
Yeah,
had tutors come in and train their
yeah,
children. They got the
right,
education, and the others
right.
maybe got
Yeah.
some sixth grade
Hmm.
if they were lucky. But
Right. Yeah. So so when I heard free, free people, or free whatever she said, I go like, oh my God, it's like, all right, I hear you, but I
yeah,
don't know if everyone, I mean, I think you can be free to think, have your own ideas. Obviously, that's what you're supposed to, end up with, right?
yeah,
But you have to also learn and hear different things, it's not in isolation. You're part of a larger community, and so
Yeah.
that's where I go, where do we draw the line here, on the free
On the
whatever.
free children,
It's
yeah,
like,
and
okay, yeah.
her statement about I forget her name, the woman, call her the white woman, who was
Hmm.
speaking, saying that why do we have to learn foreign language? Nobody I know remembers the 2 years of foreign language that they took in high school. I'd rather go to Spain. Yes, and have more immersive opportunities to learn that language. Spend
Right.
the 2 years learning the language, but
Right.
have immersive
Right.
opportunities. Go
Yeah.
places and
Yes,
and
exactly.
learn
Yep.
that. So,
Hmm.
oh,
But
you
my
know,
first thought, yeah, my first thought with her was like, and that's nice because you can afford to do that, but not everyone can afford to do that. You know what I
right.
mean? And yet public schools are trying to give you some exposure to another culture, another language, and because not everyone can just go to Spain, so
Uh,
has the means to do that. So it's like,
well, right, right. So there is a language school, language teachers organizations too. So that's something also.
mm-hmm,
Put that on
mm-hmm,
my list here. My
mm-hmm.
sister belongs to that language.
TEFL, uh,
Well, the language teachers or organizations.
yeah, I think it's TEFL, right? Is
Oh,
it a
oh,
teach?
okay.
I think it's, what is it? Foreign language,
Well, that's a
teach.
class, TOEFL, TOEFL.
Yeah, no, there's an organization
Oh, okay.
that they belong to. They all belong to teachers. I can't remember what this stands for. Foreign language teachers. What is it? Yeah, it's a national, worldwide thing actually.
Okay.
But
Yeah, my sister has told me before. Huh, huh, huh. I mean, it's really interesting to find that the keys to cultural learning have to come through language teachers like this.
mhm,
And so if you're really interested in, or they come from art, but art may not be so
mhm,
it's the cross that seems to be missing, and that's where
mhm.
we are.
Right, exactly, exactly.
um so but
Yeah,
we have to work double time and bring those two and know
that,
both of them, right? Know
that's
both
right.
art
That's right. That's right.
and the
Hmm.
teachers.
And I think that what we heard today, and like I said, it's in our marketing, our pitch, it's going to be that this well-rounded student, right? This student, of
Yeah,
international student, this
that's what we
global
say to the
citizen.
agro dad. Your
Hmm.
child needs to be able to engage
Right,
with
right.
a more
Yep,
increasingly global world.
exactly,
And
exactly.
so they
Hmm.
don't all speak English over there. So we
Right.
do need to have a foreign language.
Mm-hmm.
We do need it, and in that we get cultural
Mm-hmm.
immersion
Mm-hmm.
as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah,
So I do think I think there is, there's definitely a space. There's definitely a space. There's a need in that community.
yeah,
Uh, and we can definitely, it's all going to be on how we state it and phrase it, really. It is. It's going to be on the value that it brings to your child,
yeah, yeah.
in that complete child. So
So next week is the last week with our dear Jack. So
I know. Oh,
yeah, so Tuesday I want to have a longer debrief and planning session.
okay.
He speaks to this woman, Linda, at 12 o'clock, 12 to 12:15. So I propose that at 12:30 we have a team meeting and we go through our actual um, go into our team saving kit and get that list from the D Shrink and go through it together. And so it's just healthy after having worked together. And now our jam is still jamming, but it's not as intense as it was that first week.
Right,
And so
right.
we can
Mm-hmm.
just assess and figure out how we can work together best going forward. I'm hoping Jack is able to give us a little bit more than an hour each week,
Mm-hmm.
and just
Yeah.
kind of understand from him, just also from for our own well-being, what it's going to look like for him in a half-empty frat house, and we hope it's half empty. But where are his teachers going to be? They're all going to be online, so he's going to
Right.
be
Right.
online on
Mm-hmm.
campus.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to hear from him what it's going to look like,
Right. Exactly. Yeah.
because we're investing in him
Mm-hmm.
in a way.
Yeah. Right. So I have a question for you, actually, now that you
Yes.
said that. I was thinking Esme's doing a really nice job of identifying some films,
Uh-huh.
okay? And she seems to have an easier time finding them because I go out there looking for them and, and it's like, okay, they're not there or, whatever. But I was wondering if maybe, and I can still look for them, that's not a problem, but I'm thinking that maybe my time is better spent watching the films that she chose and then thinking about the questions or the curriculum or whatever that we would want to package together with that film. And that
That would
way
be,
she's,
yeah,
yeah.
that would be part of that role. Yeah, we'll have a Esme for just a little bit more time, really only one more week too.
Oh, gee.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I mean, she had 18 hours
Right,
she had to
right.
give us,
Mm-hmm.
and
Okay.
maybe even
Because I feel that we're under the gun to get things ready for September. So
yes.
I feel like I should look at those films and think about, what it would look like as far as a curriculum piece of it, questions or topics or whatever it is, or even directing, where a film could fit, in different categories,
Okay.
for teachers. And that's going to take time to do that and look at it and then figure out where, because some of the things that we heard today, it doesn't necessarily have to fit into an AP or IB, because if it's enrichment, which obviously they've got all kinds of wiggle room to do things like this, then that's where it is, and so that's where we highlight that, this is a really
Good.
perfect,
Yes.
film to do
This
this,
this
X, Y,
works
Z.
for history, and both of the kids, for instance, they're very much into social justice.
Mm-hmm.
All of the kids yesterday mentioned the 13th,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep.
as a really, really good one,
Oh
that
yeah,
they
it
got a
was
lot
very good.
out of. And
Yes.
um, so thinking about it as uh, cultural enrichment, the tools to understand, yes, that's exactly
Right.
it. And
Right.
keep remembering that some kids are lucky to be introduced to international films,
Right.
and it shouldn't be left up to luck.
Mm-hmm.
We want
Mm-hmm.
to make
Right.
it more this easy, simple, accessible solution more accessible
Right.
to people.
Exactly. And I
And
think it's about social justice. I think this program of ours really is social justice in the sense that it kind of, if you have this information and you learn, what it means to be culturally sensitive or culturally aware, culturally learned, etc., then it evens the playing field. Okay.
yes,
And that's what, what you don't have, you have an uneven playing field. And so by making this available, and having people, giving people access to it, you are leveling the playing field,
right.
so therefore, why should it be just those that can, and, interact and travel and all those things, it's like, okay, but
That's
yeah.
exactly. We make travel like immersive travel like experiences available,
Mm-hmm.
especially to those kids who can't get out to it because of uh, economics or health problem.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
What do I say? Preventions? No,
Mm-hmm.
blocks and
Yeah.
borders. I mean, thinking
Right.
borders like,
Obstacles,
but we can
whatever.
think of
Right.
so many different kinds of borders. But
Mm-hmm.
the ones that we recognize more primarily are economics and health.
Right. And
Um,
not only that, this is like good for every kid. You know what I mean? Why shouldn't
yes,
every kid have access to it?
yes,
So
yes. And
yeah.
foreign languages can be that too. I had
Mm-hmm.
a
Mm-hmm.
discussion with a French teacher who said foreign languages level the playing field,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because you have to start with a basic understanding. Now, kids might come in and they've already heard a foreign language at
Mm-hmm.
home, and so it is
Mm-hmm.
easier to learn third language
Mhm.
after you've learned
Mhm.
your second language.
Right.
So
Right. Mhm.
that that's part of the discussion too. But yeah, and I think part of the discussion too with agro parent is learning deeply, not
Mhm. Mhm.
necessarily learning all of this broad stuff. This is also valuable, but when you learn empathetically,
Right.
you
Right.
also learn how to learn independently,
Mhm.
I
Mhm.
believe.
Mhm.
And
Right. Right. True.
and when we're using our discernment tool, what do you like, what do you not like, and why?
Right.
That
Mhm.
hones what you like.
Right.
So, I
Exactly.
mean,
Exactly.
the learning goals that we have, I think, can lead our curriculum,
Mhm. Mhm.
and
Yes.
then,
Yeah.
um, yeah, but that can still apply to
Mhm.
AP if we need to, and
Mhm. Oh
but
yeah. Oh, definitely. Oh, definitely. Yes,
but I
absolutely.
think
Yes, it
speaking more
can for
broadly,
sure.
that's what we were talking about that led down this path, was
Mhm.
speaking more
Mhm.
broadly about
Right.
enrichment and
Right.
especially leading with empathy.
Right. Exactly.
Leading with
Exactly.
empathy
Yeah.
helps us be a more independent learner.
Mhm.
We're learning from
Right.
everywhere. Yeah,
Mhm.
independent, curious learner.
Amazing. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay.
I think we just have to get it together, finish it. So, so then after this is over, then I will take those films that she already has and the ones that I found, et cetera, and start going through them and
Right,
looking.
watch them. Right, watch them, and yeah, and put your notes in there. Yeah.
Well, yes, I will try with a little spreadsheet, but yes, 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 I will.
Oh, okay. Well, if you have trouble with the spreadsheet, let me know and we can put them in.
Okay. Okay.
But click on that on that square and write it in there. Try. And if you
And
have trouble and you're working on it, give me a ring
okay,
and we'll
but you
work
don't
that out together.
okay, you don't click on the edit one, on the edit button. You click on the other button. You know, there are like two options typically.
So for instance, okay, so you can see the spreadsheet now.
Yes.
All right. I'm going to just put my name right here. So I'm adding a line. So in edit to change something, move row up, move row down. Oh, I want to add. Okay, insert. Put a row below, and then I'm just going to put my name in there. So I've clicked it. You see how it's blue?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to write my name in there,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to click the next one, and I'm going to put my email there.
Mm-hmm.
Blah blah,
Mm-hmm.
and phone number,
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to freeze this at the top. This we're Katie's page, but I'm going to see this is we want that to show up through whenever we scroll
Mm-hmm.
down,
Mm-hmm.
and so we can.
But that wasn't the edit I was talking about. It's like when I first open up Google Docs and I open up the doc, there's like a page that comes up first that says edit, or there's got two choices, two squares that are there before you actually get into the
Oh,
document itself.
okay. So show me how you were. Oh, I see. I see. It was in here where. Pardon me. So here, where it says editor,
Mm-hmm.
is that what you're talking about?
No, I think what happens is when I open up mine, I go to the regular Google, Google, and I go Google Docs, or I'll say there'll be a list on the left. There'll be like a menu on the left, and I'll go to recently shared or recent things right here. Yeah, exactly. Shared with me. Okay.
Hmm.
And then the first, well, for you, it didn't do that, but let's go to recent. Maybe it's where it's at recent.
Okay. Yeah.
Uh,
Here's the
okay.
homeschool and marketing.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
anyhow, what I saw was something that said, when I opened up that page, was whether there was two, I think there were two green boxes that, one said edit and the other one said whatever it said. And I clicked on edit, and I didn't know that's where I went wrong. I didn't know maybe that was where I made the mistake by
Oh.
going on that
So
one versus
was
the
it
other one.
here that you clicked
No, it was like the page that immediately after you go to Google Docs and look at what your choices are as to what to
it?
open
Uh-huh.
up. on the left there.
Okay, okay, okay. I'm gonna
So
go
I don't
back
know
and
what,
agree
I
with
thought
it.
maybe that's what, this
It
page right here, is
looks
this
like
page.
this.
Yeah, is this page here.
Mhm.
And then I only, well, go to my, well, no, it wasn't my drive, but I think I went to shared with me or recent.
You
And then some,
actually, yeah, I think you created a document yourself.
oh dear.
And so this one, I believe that you did. Let me see
Oh,
here. Let's see. Okay, that's fine. So there you, I'll say this is the one that you own. It's true. So that, huh, that might also be confusing.
yeah. And I did not mean to create a document, I can tell you that much.
Let's see here. So I'm going to go back in here and okay, yeah, I think this is the one that we want, and this is where Esme has been working. And you open up with Google Sheets.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay, let me see here. See now, and this is this is still our we are inside the X4R, pardon me.
Oh,
The
okay,
X4R
okay. Mm-hmm,
class.
mm-hmm,
And eventually I'd like to pull us out of there, but
mm-hmm,
it's just you're able to go there now. If
mm-hmm,
you were to organize this in your own drive so that
mm-hmm.
you could enter through your drive and you know where to go,
Right.
that would be wise.
Okay.
Then you could access it through both recently, or you would know how to access
Okay. Okay. Okay.
now.
Maybe I'll do that then. So is there a way, so am I able to like copy like your headings? Just, is there a way to copy this to something else and to my drive, or just it's be a brand new
Well, since
sheet?
you are shared in this, and I'm going to
Yeah.
share you again,
Mm-hmm.
good. I'm going to just date today, July 7th, right? Yeah. Oh,
August.
August 2nd. Haha. August 2nd, 7th. Okay. And it shows you're able to edit.
Mm-hmm.
You are an edit on it. So you should, do you have your computer in front of you now, or are you on your phone?
I'm on the laptop. Yes. I'm on the laptop.
Why don't
Yes.
you try and get in there now?
Get in there now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And so we can just have a little tutorial so you
Oh,
can
okay.
feel
Okay.
comfortable.
Okay.
Because you are always up for learning, Dee Dee.
Right.
That's
Exactly.
what you led
Exactly.
with. You'll never live it down.
That's right. So true. Okay, 1 minute here. Let's see. Let me get in there. Oops, wrong one. Okay.
Wow, Jack is in his last class, I believe,
Oh,
today. And
really?
I find, I mean, he chock fulled his summer.
Oh
That
my God.
he
Yes,
got
he
together
did.
with friends once, I think. I heard him mention that. I don't know how many times, but I heard him mention that he did get together with friends once.
My God.
um, yeah. I mean, he was 24/7 with his parents, and that was pretty lucky.
Very nice. Yeah, it's very nice. Does he have siblings or?
I think he's got a brother.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hmm. And cousins in the Bay Area too.
Okay, I'm in it now. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
And yeah,
So
the one
now
you,
I should see you as maybe anonymous another animal. Maybe I'm anonymous iguana. But go ahead and let's see. let's go down to our films 14 plus. El Inicio, for instance. So you wrote
Okay,
Spanish AP courses, right? You wrote that?
I did.
Personal public identities. Okay, good.
Hmm.
And were there any concerns about it? You might just want to write a note there. Go ahead and, sexual content
Hmm.
concerns, something like that. So see if, go ahead and write that in there and see if we can
Okay, okay. Hang on a second.
see it. So I'm going to I got out of it.
Hmm. Under notes or under concerns? No, under notes, right?
Under notes, yeah,
Hmm.
and that's where you would put any kind of
Hmm.
concerns and initial it.
Oh, it won't let me write in there. It
No?
won't. Nope,
So you,
I'm clicking in there and it won't,
okay,
no.
let me see. Okay, you do have edit capacity. I'm going to make sure, double check.
Hmm.
Oh, come on. Where did it go black? Should not. Oh, come on now. That's interesting. Does it look black on your side? I'm gonna,
No, it's blue. It's a light blue, pale blue.
okay, there we go. All right. So now we're back in. I'm going to, all right. So there you are. And you are editor, viewer, commenter, editor. So you can edit in there.
Yes, but even though I'm clicking on the box, there's no cursor, nothing's happening
Well,
there.
that's so strange.
Hmm.
Okay.
Is there like a collaborator, right? You can collaborate at the same time, I think.
Well, you should be able to. I mean,
Hmm.
that's what I would expect that you could do. See if you could leave a note. See up
Yeah,
here.
there's nothing. I can't do anything. Mm-mm. It's like
Ah,
frozen. Mm-mm.
ah,
Yeah, I don't know.
okay,
Yeah,
okay, that
yeah.
is a problem. Let me see here.
Like if I click on any box that I click on, it turns that pale blue. Uh, the box turns pale blue.
Let me see. I'm going to put this in shared drives.
Hmm.
Well, no, how about shared starred? There we go. Add a short. So they'll also have a shortcut in starred.
Oh, okay, okay.
Um, hmm. Let's see. Am I seeing it?
It's like it looks. I'm on the sheets, and it's got a big black border all the way around. I mean, like the sheet itself is not full size. Um,
Okay. But it's open like this. It's not full size, but you can pull it.
um, yeah, I can't do anything actually.
Really realistic. Look into the struggles of so many people. Okay, that's really nice. Setting as.
I don't know why it won't let me do anything.
Ah ha ha ha. Um,
Yep, I don't know why. Mm-mm.
huh. Um, do you have uh, a computer wizard near
N-
you, or
No.
at hand? Somebody that you can call?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I can call somebody. Yes. Hmm.
Just to understand, I guess, I mean, because what I would recommend, just because so much of our stuff is in
Hmm. Hmm.
Excel. Let's go to another one and see if you can actually get into that. I appreciated that you created your own that you could get into. So,
Inadvertently.
well, go to that one and let's see if you have some, if you can work in that one,
Okay.
which I think this is the one, which is, I think this is the one made by you. 'Cause it doesn't say XLS. I said it was yesterday, but we don't have Esme's work in here. There you are. There you are. Okay. Okay. There's your work down at the bottom.
Oh, you found it.
Yeah. Okay. Along enfant. Okay. Cleo and Paul. I saw that one. Yover. Yeah. I know that one. It's Finland La Pradera. That one I don't know. Okay. So, aha. I wonder what happened with the. Well, you can put them back if that ever happens. You
Mhm.
can now. Can you highlight? Can you enter that one?
I'm out. I got out of it. I'm trying to get back in and out.
Okay.
What happened? Okay, so it was under, is it under start? I see two. Which one is it though?
Ah, it,
Katie and edited yesterday by Katie, earlier by Katie. Let's see.
and then it's the one without the XLS.
Oh, okay.
Should call it Screen 360 TV DD.
Oh, you said without.
Yeah, but I'm gonna make it point DD now. I'm gonna put it DD. I'm gonna change it.
Okay.
Okay, so I see your D now. Why couldn't your D come into the other one?
Yeah, I don't know.
Huh. Okay, that you're able to come into this one, and there you are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, wow. So can you see this? You see the paint can, the fill color. Over here are the borders. What you would do to refill those borders is just highlight the whole thing all the way down, up all the way over.
Okay, so yeah, I am able to type in this one now.
Okay.
I am.
Ha ha ha. Okay. I wonder if there's a merge. I can merge. Well, actually, I'm
Mm-hmm.
going to make this color just slightly lighter gray. Oh, not the fill. I don't want the fill, that color. I just want this, the borders, that color. Well, that's another thing. Okay, I'm not going to worry about that.
Okay, I do have to go, so
Okay.
okay, I'll work on it now and then. Okay, now that I
Okay,
can
you
see
can
it.
see that, and I think that's fine, and we can cut and paste.
Okay.
Maybe we're able to merge, but at least it's there, and you can read the other one, right?
Mm-hmm.
You can
Right.
read so you can
Yeah.
see the work that Esme has done.
Right.
Oh, but that's good. I think, and this is important too. On the 17th, it may be
Mm-hmm.
just a few people,
Mm-hmm.
but we do want to have a couple of good films,
Mm-hmm.
and one could be the Pepe Dankart film.
Mm-hmm.
But I also would hope that there is, we can still have the conversation about having empathy for
Mm-hmm.
the bad
Mm-hmm.
guys,
Right.
the antagonist. This is the antagonist and the protagonist, and we can have that conversation. And should we have empathy for the antagonist? This is the learning point. It's
Right.
valuable now
Mm-hmm.
because it's so easy for us to jump on the hate train.
Right.
And
Exactly.
when somebody shows that, which we are all exhibiting now for Donald Trump.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh
so
yeah.
Let's, so when we're talking about empathy, let's talk about empathy,
Okay.
even the most hateful. Okay.
Okay.
Are you attending any more?
I think there might be one more. Let's see. Today is
It's
Friday.
Friday. And then there's office hours with GSV. I might just miss this whole week with GSV.
Yeah.
Might
Yeah. I
get in
hear
there
you.
somehow, but
Okay.
pick up again next week.
Redefining success as immigrants. Maybe I'll do that one. Maybe.
Ooh,
Okay.
uh-huh.
Yeah. There are a lot of immigrant. It seems like there are a lot of immigrant parents there. So
Oh,
that'll be interesting.
okay, this is
Yeah.
very interesting. I mean,
Yeah.
wow, I'm interested to hear about that one.
Right.
Okay, thank you,
Okay.
Dee Dee.
Okay. I'll see
Talk
you
to you later.
later. Okay.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.